Set intentions for your future with the help of a bewitched typewriter. In tonight's story, you visit the Haven Shoppe in search of an antique typewriter that's caught your eye. There, you learn of its power to illuminate clarity and insights from past experiences and plant seeds of manifestation for the days to come. The Haven Shoppe is a fantasy bedtime story series that will reconnect you with your inner magic as you dwell in the sacred space between waking and sleep. In each episode, you will return to this enchanted healing space run by two friendly sister witches who always seem to have exactly what you need. My name is Andrea, and I am deeply honored to be part of your sacred bedtime ritual. It is finally bedtime, a sacred phase of your day when you can let go of all matters from your waking world in exchange for peaceful, cozy thoughts. This is a time for your mind, body, and spirit to realign so you can pick up the ball again tomorrow and give the very best of yourself to the people and projects that mean so much to you. Take a couple of moments to get as comfortable and cozy as you can be. Tense and release any muscles that haven't fully let go of the tension they've been holding from the day. Let's set an intention for any outstanding items on your list to be watched over and cared for while you rest. Offload everything onto the universe until morning, allowing it to send you fresh ideas, rearrange schedules, and dissolve obstacles on your behalf. There's not a thing in the world that requires your attention right now. This moment is all about you, your nourishment, and your comfort. From here on, the only thing you need to do is relax and enjoy tonight's story. You know, every person possesses the magic of creativity, the power to express what their dreams and imagination hold, and nurture them into reality. It's such fun to hold a vision in your mind and then watch it come to life. When you're in that creative flow, new ideas come easily, and time flies as you follow your intuition from one step to the next. But finding the perfect creative outlet doesn't always come easily. None of your usual hobbies and pastimes are resonating with you lately. Sitting at your kitchen table, you mull over some thoughts in your mind. You've been feeling that you might want to give something new a try. your mind settles onto the journal you recently acquired during your travels abroad. Of course, it is no ordinary journal. Nothing the friendly sister witches give you ever is. Jadis and Aurora are the proprietors of the Haven Shoppe, which is part healing apothecary and part enchanted antique store. You've grown quite close to the sweet ladies. A smile crosses your face as you remember discovering the enchanted journal and pen they gifted you. It recorded your travel adventures in the far-off land of Terramina in the most magical way, allowing you to relive those cherished moments in lifelike detail whenever you wish. Out of nowhere, inspiration strikes. What if you began chronicling the other adventures of your life? You're grateful for the rich history of experiences that have shaped you into the person you are today. You'd love to capture your thoughts, discoveries, and well-earned wisdom, and perhaps a wish or two for the future as well. A spark of excitement ignites inside you as you recall the antique typewriter from the Haven Shoppe. It's been there for as long as you can remember, sitting in a corner and waiting for a home. There's an excellent chance no one's purchased it yet. How fun it would be to put your ideas to paper in an old-fashioned way. With a renewed sense of purpose, you draw back the curtain and peer outside. It's a perfectly lovely day. Your next brilliant idea illuminates your mind as you hurriedly put on shoes and head for the door. Right where you left it, who knows how long ago, sits your old bicycle, complete with a large basket behind the seat. You hope it's big enough to accommodate your new gift to yourself. It only takes a moment to gain your balance as you pedal away from home, finding your stride as the cool breeze of the afternoon refreshes your face and restyles your hair. A few clouds begin to roll in, with the promise of an afternoon shower. So you pick up the pace with the anticipation of the typewriter propelling you forward. Your bicycle glides smoothly along as you navigate the familiar streets. The clicking sounds of the wheels add a rhythmic melody to your journey. You pedal through town, past colorful storefronts and quaint houses adorned with blooming flowers that create a picturesque scene. This stretch of road always reminds you of something out of a storybook, and you can't help but smile as you soak in the sights and sounds of the peaceful afternoon. Finally, you hop off your bike in front of the familiar, oversized bay window of the Haven Shoppe. Your legs tingle with spent energy as you lean the bike against the building and peer inside, where you find several patrons gathered. It's more crowded than usual, you think to yourself. Approaching the entrance, you read the sign affixed to the door. Tea sampling today, from 4 to 6 o'clock. A quick glance at your watch tells you that you are right on time. Perfect. The door chimes gently ring as you make your entrance, but they can barely be heard over the gleeful chatter of customers. A delicious mixture of aromas from the sisters' famous healing potions fills the air. And right away, you notice the shop has been rearranged for the event. Several round wooden barrels are scattered about the main shop area to serve as sampling stations. Each one covered in clean, white linen and topped with decorative porcelain pots of all shapes and sizes. Bud vases filled with freshly cut flowers and herbs from the back garden add pops of color to each display. As you take in the lively scene, you spot Aurora, magically pouring samples into patrons' cups without the use of her hands, as she describes the healing properties of one particular blend. When she catches your gaze, she extends an arm forward, creating a space in the crowd for you to participate. "Would you like to try our new calming tea?" she says with a smile, offering you a tiny cup. You gratefully accept and empty the sample cup in one delicious sip. Instantly, a wave of calm washes through you, leaving you relaxed with a strong sense of contentment. Their teas always seem to work like magic, and this brew is no exception. Several satchels of the dried herbal blend fill a basket at Aurora's side for customers to brew at home. You may have to pick one up on your way out, but first, you must focus on the task at hand. You consider asking the healing witch if the typewriter is still in stock, but decide to look for it on your own. Now doesn't seem like the right time to interrupt. So you thank Aurora and step away from the crowded attraction, the circle of eager clientele, quickly closing the space behind you. You decide to head straight to the area that served as home to the antique typewriter the last time you saw it, before enjoying any additional samples. Carefully weaving your way through the bustle, you pass the next tasting table. There, a friendly-looking woman with golden hair and a warm smile pours out samples in a more traditional way. Her name tag reads Catherine, and you wonder who she is. You make a mental note to introduce yourself to the kind volunteer another time. Any friend of the sister witches is a friend of yours. After navigating past a few more stations, you finally reach the pedestal where the typewriter once stood. But instead of your antique treasure, you are surprised to find Layla, the black shop cat, perched in its place, her large, yellowy green eyes locked on yours. She has a regal look about her as she sits completely still, except for her slowly swishing tail that sways back and forth behind her, like the pendulum on an old clock. Despite the disappointment you feel that the typewriter has already been purchased, you can't help but smile at the sight of her. But before you can lean down to give her a pat, Layla makes a sharp chortling sound that's all business before jumping off the pedestal and trotting towards the common room. Along her path, she stops to look back at you, as if to ensure she still has your attention. You follow the black cat toward the two oversized armchairs in front of the fireplace. She gracefully leaps onto one of them, leaving you standing in front of the other. You take a seat, looking expectantly at her for further instruction. But Layla casually curls up and closes her eyes. Befuddled, you lean back in your chair and cast a hopeless gaze around the room, feeling a tad bit foolish. But just then, your eyes settle on to the small desk by the fire. Directly in front of you sits the old typewriter, patiently waiting for you to notice it. You are elated. "Good girl, Layla," you exclaim. But the furry black cat is already fast asleep, paws twitching softly as she chases things unseen through her world of dreams. You rush over to inspect it, and it is even more beautiful than you remembered. And next to it, on the wooden table, is a note that says reserved, and it has your name on it. How could the sister witches have known? You didn't even know yourself until the moment the idea occurred to you, and then you headed straight here. Understanding settles over you as you now realize where that bright idea came from. The Haven Shoppe always calls to you when it has magical assistance to offer. You always feel so loved and cared for when you visit this place. In all the excitement, you hadn't noticed Jadis approach, the nature witch is now standing right beside you, holding a large flat envelope decorated with your favorite colored bow. Sometimes you're not quite sure how the witches get from one place to another so stealthily. Here is some paper to get you started, dear friend, Jadis says. Both the parchment and typewriter are imbued with a special magic. When used together, they create a most powerful manifestation tool. She offers you one piece of advice as she places the paper in your hands. Be sure to write from the heart. Your words and thoughts have great power on their own. But paired with this magic, your intentions will be amplified. Aurora has prepared a special tea that has all the ingredients to clear away any limitations before you begin this journey. You've sampled it already. We call it calming tea because that is the feeling that comes when all negativity and doubt are cleansed from your body and mind. She places a satchel of dried herbs from the sampling table into your palm. Prepare a cup of this brew each time you sit to write. You may keep the typewriter as long as you wish. With heartfelt gratitude, you thank Jadis and collect your magical items. The typewriter is rather heavy, so you decide to exit via the back door instead of trying to navigate the crowds again. Together, you and Jadis move toward the door, and she opens it for you, ushering in the crisp freshness of the garden air and the unmistakable sound of a bicycle bell, a cheerful ding that makes you look up. There, in a blur of brightly colored fabric, is Aurora, gliding around the corner on your bicycle. The sight catches you off guard. Normally, she is the epitome of elegance and poise. But right now, her grace is challenged by the bike's awkward wobble as she turns the corner. Her dress flows behind her, catching the wind and puffing out like a sail. Aurora's expression is a mix of concentration and delight as she carefully navigates down the narrow cobbled path, her heels conspicuously peeking from beneath the hem of her dress as she pedals. It's a sight that makes you burst into laughter. Jadis and Aurora join you, and the three of you enjoy a moment of light-hearted amusement. Then you realize that life has a way of surprising you, and sometimes those surprises come with a dash of silliness that you wouldn't trade for anything. Thought I'd save you the trip, Aurora says, hopping off the bike. She and Jadis hold it steady as you load up your basket with the typewriter, paper, and satchels of tea. The sisters head back inside as you pedal off, and Jadis offers you a final wave and some reassuring words, though you're not quite sure what she's referring to. Not to worry, you'll make it home just in time. Pedaling down the quiet streets, your mind wanders to the cozy area in your home where you plan to set up your workspace. You envision yourself sitting in front of the magical typewriter with a steaming cup of your special calming tea in your favorite mug. You can't wait to get home. Your thoughts are interrupted as you begin to notice the subtle signs that rain is on its way. The clouds above grow darker, heavy with the promise of an impending storm. A gust of wind picks up, rustling through the trees and sending leaves spiraling down onto the pavement. The air feels different, thicker, almost electric, with the distant rumble of thunder somewhere far off. You quicken your pace, the familiar rhythm of your bicycle, soothing even as you sense the urgency to get home before the rain hits. The streetlights flicker on, their orange glow reflecting off the glossy surface of the asphalt, giving everything a warm, surreal tint. Jadis's words play back in your mind, and you allow yourself to relax, knowing that you'll make it home in plenty of time to beat the rain. As you round a corner, you catch a glimpse of distant lightning, a brief flash that illuminates the silhouettes of trees against the darkening sky. The wind intensifies, carrying with it the fresh scent of rain. You pass by a park where swings sway with the gusty wind, and the trees bend slightly with each breeze. Homes that line the street are now bathed in a moody twilight, their windows casting a soft, cozy glow. You turn onto your street just as the first few raindrops find your arms, and you are grateful that home is just a few more petals away. Finally, you reach your destination. Your legs feel heavy and pleasantly spent from your journey. You are ready for rest and comfort. With one final effort, you wheel your bicycle to shelter and lift your newfound treasures from the basket, carrying them inside. The moment you're safely indoors, the sky opens up as if it was waiting just for you. Safe and dry, You watch through the windows as the storm rolls in and the rain begins in earnest, a steady patter that quickly turns into a downpour. You offer up a silent word of gratitude for Jadis, the nature witch, who has the ability to negotiate with Mother Nature when it comes to the weather. You finish changing into your favorite loungewear just as the kettle comes to a boil. You drop one of the calming tea satchels into a clean cup and pour the steaming water over it with focused reverence. Just inhaling its aroma brings back all those feelings of tranquility and relaxation that you experienced at the shop. You wrap your hands around the cup, soaking up its warmth, and carry it to your workstation, where the manifestation typewriter awaits your touch. It is a beautiful relic with intricate engravings on its metallic body and keys that glisten with a touch of age and wisdom. You hold a piece of parchment in your hands. It's thick and textured with a subtle warmth that hints at its magical properties. As you turn the knob to feed the parchment into the typewriter, you notice a soft glow emanating from within the keys. It's a gentle light, shifting through a spectrum of colors, deep blues, rich purples, and vivid greens. You align the parchment carefully, ensuring it's properly seated, and take a moment to appreciate the growing energy of the witch's enchantments. With your fingers poised over the keys, you decide to type your name first. As you press the initial key, there's a soft click and a tiny burst of magical sparks ignite with each letter that strikes the page. The sparks are bright and golden, like fireflies in the night, swirling briefly before fading into the air. With each key you press to form your name, more sparks appear, each burst unique in color and pattern. It creates a miniature fireworks display that seems to resonate with the rhythm of your typing. The parchment itself responds to the magic, glowing faintly as your name appears on its surface, each letter forming with a touch of iridescence. The typewriter hums contentedly, as if encouraging you to continue, its magical energy amplifying your creativity and imagination. As you finish typing your name, the parchment shimmers, holding the light and magic within its fibers. The room feels charged with possibility, as if the simple act of typing has opened a gateway to new ideas and adventures. The typewriter sits before you, awaiting the next stroke of keys, ready to bring more magic into the world. with every word. Fascinated and excited to continue, you take another sip of tea as Jadis's advice echoes in your mind. Right from the heart, thoughts, ideas, life lessons, and plans for the future flow from you with ease, and you fill page after page, the falling rain and the satisfying clicks of the typewriter, serving as your soundtrack. Each word seems to carry its own unique energy, the typewriter translating your thoughts into something tangible with great power. You write of healing, of overcoming obstacles, and of dreams you once thought distant, but now seem perfectly within reach. Your words are imbued with a sense of hope and possibility, each one a step toward a brighter future. The hours fly by, and before you know it, you've used up the last of the parchment. You didn't realize how much time had passed, but outside your window, you find that the soft twilight has transitioned into a velvety night. You feel a strong sense of accomplishment and completion, looking at the stack of pages beside you. It is a testament to hours of your focused intention. Each sheet filled with words that has the power to heal, encourage, and manifest the future you envision. You stand up and enjoy a deep stretch. Your teacup is empty now, and the enchantment is waning. You've never felt more tired, and can't wait to curl up and give your eyes a rest. As you settle into your bed, sleep comes for you right away, and you drift off, feeling the magical warmth of your efforts and a quiet satisfaction that you've created something truly meaningful. Magic lingers in the air, reminding you that the power of your words can change everything. Good night.